Free Radio, weekly program with the Black Panther Party Cubs. You did hosted by yours truly, champion Fred Hampton, and also Fred Hampton Jr. and also Robin Allen, aka the Lady of Rage. Like that number in real quick too, y'all, if y'all can. Now, the Party Cubs. The organization is carrying the legacy of the Black Panther Party. We're the great grandchildren of the missionaries, never satisfied. So again, let's intense the heat. A lot of stuff is happening. Mike Africa has been on the show with us a number of different times. Mike Africa, who was born behind enemy lines, literally. Son of Mike and Debbie Africa. So I'm going to be reaching out to you so we can follow up on that interview, brother. Again, revolutionary, man. I'm self-critical, you know what I'm saying? But again, we're going to make up fudge, you know what I'm saying? Because we doing what we call an octopus tactic, trying to be 8 places at one time, season at a time. We're talking about this letter, this discussion that's happening right now. This, actually, the date, the letter was authored, I think, 2011 in regards to the you lies on the assassination of Malcolm. There's a lot of publicity around this letter. He's giving details, providing details. He's giving details, providing details, the role that he played, and you know what I'm saying, in regards to the assassination of Malcolm X, different details such as, you know what I'm saying, specifically targeting individuals to make sure that Malcolm's security detail was locked up. And these are some of the points to the machinery of the counterinsurgency, movie industry, the street game, you know what I'm saying, the taking of psychological profiles and all of that. And we're going to talk about that. In fact, me and one of our Central Committee members was having this conversation like literally about less than an hour ago. And we're going to talk about that. Also, my brother Fleetwood, his brother, just touched back with him. He's going to come in, give us some updates on the things he's been doing too. This brother's a hard supporter with the Cubs, hard supporter wherever he's at, wherever on the globe. He's been concerned, Cub on up. You know what I'm saying? Also, y'all see we talking about a lot of discussion has been, enhanced discussion that many people once some stages in the game could not hear or did not want to hear. Now that people's political pores are opening up, and there are pros and cons about the discussion about this movie. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, one of the cons we say, well, okay, how it was dealt, initially how it was dealt when I told y'all some of the stories we had to go on and struggle to make sure, what forces was there, and but this the kind of the ecosystem, how it has been set up, you know what I'm saying, how every entity, you know what I'm saying, sees the Black community as like subjects, you know what I'm saying, whether it be come out. This is what it is. There are no Black people that sit on the board, that judge. And this is a consistent contradiction when we talk about it's nothing more than pagan poetry. We add on to that, say if you throw some beats behind it, it may be a nice rap song. But this is the reality that say if you throw some beats behind it, it may be a nice rap song. But this is the reality of every entity. So this one of the pros in regards to this movie being released. It's like a lubricant. People see as the norm. Well, that's just how it goes, stuff that people take as the norm, and all boils down to the right to determine the destiny of our own communities. You did. So, we reached out. She's we're saying it because you know what I'm saying, because I remember spoken to some youngsters before.
Did they teach you about TikTok?
No, not first get this one I speak one time. And I was referencing MySpace. They started laughing. They say MySpace. That's way out the game.
Oh, MySpace.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So I call myself doing something now. I know about Instagram. You know, so now you know what I'm saying, it's constantly being up. And I'm saying this to say we cannot afford the luxury to have like a divide within our generations. You know what I'm saying? To get the information out, because Minister UAP said our people do not read as much as we would like for them to read, and so we add on to that. We have to be innovative and creative on getting the word out. So we want y'all to make sure y'all, I don't know if I'm using the right term, share this on TikTok, Instagram, all the different social media platforms.
I'm definitely gonna share.
Right on. We got us sitting. We got the bloodlines sitting here live and direct here with us. We're gonna be talking about, because I think it's important to. This we see the time. A lot of people say they know what a revolutionary is. You know what I'm saying? They know and look at this in a subjective sort of way. What I mean by that is just individual. They see the leather jackets and berets, what have you. But as Winnie Mandela talked about the prison contradiction, he say when a person in a prison is not just a prisoner per se that does time, how it impacts the family, it impacts the community. You talk about how Winnie Mandela has banished, and how the family can't get employment, and it goes on the school system. And these are conversations that we have to have, because a lot of times people romanticize revolution, but the heat that comes with this, we want to put this out there, but also we are honored to be related, to be, to be connected, to know such to know such forces, these people who sacrifice, talking to Auntie the other day, Spurgeon J. one sister, and just talking reform. Regardless how much evidence you bring, we are continuously reminded how this system views us. You know what I'm saying? So again, 929-477-3785, then press 1. Y'all, we got some legends again. 929-477-3785, then press 1. Y'all, we got some legends in the building. Y'all, we got some historical.
We locked and loaded.
So you're right. Sister Conrad, we got any callers in queue? I know we do.
Free them all, brother.
Free them all.
We got Brother Fleetwood of the Cotton Pickers on the line, sir.
So you're right.
Free them all, Trevor.
Free them all, man. It's good to hear your voice, man. For those who don't know, I just gave a brief bio on your Fleetwood. And how you don't care how long it goes without me seeing you. You your consistent support. I'm gonna use that term loosely right now, because we're gonna up the ante. It's kind of like when people come to your house, you say, okay, now first time you was a guest. Next time, so I ain't going to get you. I ain't going to the refrigerator and get you the water, your food for you at home now. So it's gonna be. I'm gonna be moving on you in a minute, man. Drafting you. You know what I'm saying? You bring your skills officially with the Cubs. So I'm just giving you a heads up on that, man. Your work, and you know what I'm saying. I don't care what side of the country you on, where you at. You get a call. You own it. But give us a little background, who you are and what you got going on.
My name is Robert Fleetwood Brown from the Bay Area, Greensboro, North Kakalaki. I'm a child of God, first and foremost, community activist. I started a reentry program in San Francisco 20 years ago. Been going in and out of prisons, inspiring people. After I did 16 years, God gave me a few gifts. I'm a founder of a coalition called the Cotton Pickers. We represent our ancestors to create conversation around the art we create. Also wrote a national best-selling book, Hip Hop Tried to Kill Me. And I'm on my 4th film right now. I just released my 4th film off the Cotton Picker film series. It's entitled Give Me Mines, My Mule, My 40 Acres, The Broken Promise of Reparations. We got the mayor of San Francisco starting that thing. London B, and also the hip-hop journalist David McGee. So, I'm just thankful to be thankful. Somebody pushing like a pregnant woman. I ain't playing at all with them. Straight up.
So you're right, man. Real talk. You how we find some information, some of your songs you did. Let me, before I say that, because I don't want to get the impression. I want to minimize your work ethic. You know what I'm saying? What you do is just, and not negating the work of art, but it's an authenticity to, to the art you do. But I've heard, as a matter of fact, I gotta get in the studio with you, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do what it do, man. What's
yes, sir.
Like we have with the Black Panther Party Code, amongst our codes, we have the Harriet Tubman Code. That's like that's a commitment that though we say anyone that's fortunate, people take it for granted. You know what I'm saying? That that you're going to do time, you're going to come out. As Field Marshal George Jackson said, there are no guaranteed outdates in that place, and a lot of times it's such a trauma. We want to forget that. You know what I'm saying? I think there are no guaranteed outdates in that place, and a lot of times it's such a trauma. We want to forget that. You know what I'm saying? I think I call them interviewing people from Baghdad, Abu Ghraib prison in Iraq. And this is the photographs that the guards had showed where they was taking prisoners, stripping them naked, putting dogs on them and urinating on them. And they asked some of the prisoners, why y'all didn't talk about this? And some of the prisoners said it was so humiliating, so degrading. And someone said they actually try to forget that. Being oppressed is embarrassing. It's embarrassing being oppressed. So I told you to jive ourselves about it. You know what I'm saying? It hurts. It hurts. I was speaking one time at this event in LA. The brother got 12 years old. Got this young Deontay. The police had just killed this brother. And I recall a struggle we had at the event. There were other organizations saying, well, it's the same about when we kill each other. I said, I differ with that. I say let's be upfront about this. There's a certain feeling you get when someone comes and tells you, man, them niggas over there, Lil James, and they just shot down that guy. It's a certain, it's a feeling you get. Well, you automatic. Let's address that. Then there's a certain defeatism that hits you hard when they say the police did it. It's a double kill. You know what I'm saying? In the back of your mind, the automatic limitations that click in. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't even acknowledge it. I've been to some funerals. I was at one funeral. The police had killed this brother, I asked Mother Comrade. I say, damn. I said, pass me the obituary. I said, I'm at the right place. I said, did this guy die from cancer? So there was a fear of even saying the police murdered him. There was a fear of even, we so terrorized, even acknowledge it. It's like you have these different Nuremberg trials. You know what I'm saying? Where the U.S. had commissioned these trials in Nazi Germany, when they called it, they called down different soldiers, the SS and the SAs. What role did you play in them? You know, acknowledging it. It's so embarrassing and hurts so bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just put in, and then like, we hold it in, and the trauma is passed down. That's why like people say, "Che, we need to get you some rest right now." I say, I can't, because this. I'm you know, a lot of times people get upset. Like even the radio show. I appreciate y'all bearing with us and covering with us. Let me say this. A lot of people have no frame of reference of organizations such as the Black Panther Party Cubs. No frame of reference. Their only frame of reference of organization is some state-sanctioned or bourgeoisie or petty bourgeoisie organization. Organizations that things are laid out for them. This is what time you get up. This is your 9 to 5 hours. The revolutionary organization, it has to adapt to reactionary times. People ask me all the time, well, how many members do you have in your organization? I say, many times it depends on how many people the police have murdered. This we have to deal with. This is you look at the climate. You have to take into context. During the tenure of former U.S. President John F. Kennedy, the Black Panther Party was saying what they were saying because they couldn't hear it. Under the tenure of Richard Milhouse Nixon, what he called a campaign for law and order, it forced cats to come to grip certain things. But the Vanguard Party, the tip, the advanced detachment has to be consistent. Those Navy SEALs got to be, and for the U.S., they got to be a trainer 24/7. You got not to devalue the catch of the National Guard. They can say, okay, I got to go back to my family and deal with this. I see you back on the weekend. But you have that committed core that has to take this position that is not fashionable. Cats calling me now, man, I'm so good. I said, yeah. They reminded me. They said, laugh at me when I was a youngster. Say, man, you ran with your afro. I said, well, I ain't got the afro no more. We see the headline, took all that, but. They think about that. Man, we say you back in the 60s. You know what I'm saying? But they know one thing for sure and two things for certain. When something go down with them, how do we track down Chairman Fred and the Cubs? They know that. You know what I'm saying? It's like a balancing act. We have to juggle forces. You know, people come in, they mad. Some people come in. The state have actually sent them in to us. And this we're going to talk about this letter also. This is some. A lot of people want to look at William O'Neill in a subjective way. Like this is one bad dude. The deal is. This spark plug doesn't just go bad by itself. When you talk about your fuel pump and the truck going out, you would say, wait a minute, the fuel pump would I'll give you a better example. You know what I'm saying? The battery, you can have a conversation with the battery without saying, let's check the alternator. You follow what I'm saying? These are different that we have to talk about. So, excuse me. This is a hell of a time. We have to seize the time. You know what I'm saying? You can tell different periods when children were born in different times of history. You know what I'm saying? You look at the names, you can look at the attitudes. You know, like you talking about that movie Snowfall. I think that's his life story. But that climate, you look at certain dynamics, the type of music, the radio. You cannot dismiss that Ronald Reagan, the individualism, stuff that was going on that was not seen as abnormal. You know what I'm saying? I remember this case. The sister was on in Michigan. Her daughter was murdered, beat on a bridge. And the daughter was beat to death on a bridge. And the guy who had the case, he was on there was an interview. And everybody like, oh, this bad guy. He like, this bad. I'm of course William O'Neill, but I'm not going to say to draw the correlation, but there was an attempt to subjectively say about him. And the mother, the lady's mother, she said something to him, to the guy who beat her daughter. They had a video. They beat her daughter over the bridge. The mother said, to you, that was a strawberry or a hype, whatever term they use, the term they use. She said that was my daughter and that was her mother. You know what I'm saying? But I also said, look closely past him. I said, look at him also. Look at the faces and attitudes of the people driving by. You You know what I'm saying? Look at the climate, how comfortable people were with this sister literally being beat to death in front of them. Because this was not seen as a human being. This was seen again as a strawberries hype. Look at how people view when the colonialists say, you know what I'm saying, with the indigenous community, scalping the savages. Look at Vietnam. Listen to what Minister U.E.P. Newton said. He never related to that term, the Viet Cong. They asked him, what's your position about the Viet Cong? He said he didn't even ask the question. They thought he was deaf. They asked him a question. He said, they never refer to themselves as that. You talking about the Vietnamese, the courageous Vietnamese people? See, these terms are important. You know what I'm saying? See, in Somalia, it's a movie called Black Hawk Down. When they said they were not killing human beings, they were killing, they called skinnies. You know what I'm saying? They would come out and report. So not even soldiers are impacted by that. So you have to talk about the climate. See, William O'Neill does not operate just by himself. You have to look at the liberalism, who engaged, who supported him. You know what I'm saying? Who thought it was cool? He pop up with all the drugs and the money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's easier to pick out a movie. Let's make a movie about a bad guy and a good guy. Neither can operate as an island of its own. You know what I'm saying? The support, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard for forces to be, even, we told AT on you to operate as an island of its own. You know what I'm saying? The support, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard for forces to be, even, we told AT on you to tell me, like, you know, like, even when you know what I'm saying, I respect what you do. You know what I'm saying? We talked about how we respect and we love what Jake did. You know what I'm saying? And that's important, because see, we under attack in every aspect of the way. And the deal is that there has to be a climate where betraying the people is unpopular. You know what I'm saying? It's not cool. You know what I'm saying? And then also a climate where people say, well, I might not do the same thing you do. However, I support that. That way the state cannot pick. Now, when I was locked up, they can't pick you out. Can't isolate you. I come through they send me through different joints. The whole camp would go up. Man, the greetings, power to the people. They didn't know who was going to go. They're like in the streets. You go to certain, it's a community.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what we had in the 60s, a climate, you know what I'm saying, upright, you know.
So do you think the idea of community within the Black community is sort of lost? Well, yeah. Do you think that the idea of community is kind of lost in our culture today?
I would go further and say lost. Sis, it's been strategically been taken away. It's individualism. You know what I'm saying? We have been told, like, the breaking process to what, you know what I'm saying? Like during chattel slavery, they would not just kill a sister, a pregnant sister. They would go bring her back. And then, you know what I'm saying, they would slit her stomach open and stomp the fetus to death. Stomp the fetus to death.
Wow.
So this the breaking process, you know what I'm saying, with Spurs, with your uncle. With Spurs and Jake Winters, you know what I'm saying? How many, the overkill, how many times they shot him? You know what I'm saying? Y'all just told me how many police came. Y'all told, and you know, you're telling me about how the hole in his heart big was. These details. Shoot him on his feet.
Right.
Yeah. What they put in the paper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, the day after, I was informed that U.S. President Richard Milhouse Nixon. Now people say, "Oh man, it wasn't no you talking about some brothers and sisters from Chicago, you know, Chicago, you know, Oakland, California, the masses." The President of the United States, riding in a helicopter on the front page of the newspaper, saying the Panthers got the last one, we get the next one.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about no superintendent of police.
Yeah.
Not no local politician. The president of see, Minister U.E.P. Newton say we got to draw a correlation that the police in our community are occupying army. You try to get a correlation from Vietnam, from the U.S., the troops. And that's how they got to be acknowledged. So that's the heart of your question. It's certain things that are natural to us, but it's broken. They go into the breaking process. I was in what they call them currency exchange one time, and the lady behind was servicing, Mexicano lady, and when she was nodding up for a minute, and when she turned around, it was a line, and she went past us, and she automatically went to the Mexican, the Mexicano lady, and she said, "Oh, I apologize." I said, "No, it's cool. That should I'm cool with it. That should be
because she went to her people.
But it should be your natural instinct.
Yeah,
you know, it's our natural instincts. This is not only how we deal with each other, or what's wrong, the fear factor. It's something that triggers in us. So we walk past and see it as normal. After a while, you take certain things with the police, they gun us down. The gentrification, you come up. Our communities are not that we just stop doing it. You come up to the politics, the policies. Destabilizing the community. So I don't want to get attached to you. I don't even know you're gonna be gone tomorrow.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it produces to adapt. I become this person.
Yeah.
So the policies impact Mark. See, a lot of people talking about this abstract morality. We just got to get together. Marcus Garvey said, when poverty comes in the front door, A lot of times morality leads out the back window.
True. Yeah. That's good. I didn't. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, that was really good.
Well, I'm glad you online with us, sis. We're going to make history, take history, take history. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, again, we got the family Spurs J. Winners in the building. Fleetwood, the Cotton Pickers, man. Hey, stay online with us. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you give us some contact information. I think we got a central committee member of Black Panther Party Cubs going to call in, too, about this. I think he's already called in. So, Fleetwood, give us some contact. If you can, stay on with us. Give us some contact information. And we working on making a power move, I think, in the ATL. You know what I'm saying? I got to throw this PSA out, this People Service announcement. Clinchfield salute to Dr. UAP Newton Foundation. Phenomenal move with the street name after Minister UAP Newton, woman, also Carol Fife, and also Frederica Newton. You know what I'm saying? Man, the people knew was phenomenal. Field Marshal, man, Revolution, Respect, and Love. Central Committee, rank and file, Deputy Field Marshal. This subject we talking about, I'm telling you how crazy this is. It kind of how close to home these subjects matter. You know, we talk about how we be so passionate about distinguishing us. I was speaking the other night, and I came from Oakland, went to this event, and this sister, and she probably listening now.
You might have to go back and repeat that a little bit.
What I miss? Repeat what part?
I don't know if that's on or if everyone can hear it, but it's been going in and out on a couple times.
I was saying I was clear for salute about the street name after Minister UAP Newton, Oakland, California, the street that he took his last breath at. The street he took his last breath at. The Dr. UAP Newton Foundation. I don't know if am I clear? Y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we got that.
Right on. Also, happy belated birthday. Happy belated birthday. Chief Malik, Jeff Foley's birthday 3 days ago, I think. Today, I want to say happy birthday to Daniel Kaluuya. We talked to him today. His birthday is today. Shout out to him. So get those who I think we got some background noise in the back. I think that's the comrade Daphne. I'll tell y'all about it. So his birthday, you said, well, you didn't know that, huh? So give me a heads up. Give me Fleetwood. You still with us, Fleetwood?
Yes, sir. I'm about to go up in the studio right quick, but hey, Chairman, right quick, I want to salute you, man, salute you, sir, for all the sacrifices you done made for the liberation of our people. It ain't always been, the movie was out and everything was momentum, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to salute you, bro. I got a lot of love and respect for you. And we're definitely going to do something here with Godzilla.
Man, I appreciate you. Real talking. You have seen me on one-way tickets. You have seen me. Man, it hurts you to talk, but you have seen the struggle. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. You've been at the thick and thin, man. And you know what I'm saying? It's going to get greater later, man. Again, we're going to see the time. So, hey, man, we locked and loaded, man. Let's make history. Let's take history. Let's take history.
Yes, sir.
Fleetwood in the Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm all my stuff, man.
I'm on your heels in the studio, too. We're going to get it in. One more time, your contact. One more time.
Yes, sir. Hey, you can find my whole journey as Z is in zebra, E is in egg, P is in Paul, H is in ham, Y is in yellow, .US, and then you can also hit me up on my ID, Fleetwood, SF, and man, it's good. Anything y'all see me doing, my contact is y'all contact about my people. I'll show you better than I can tell you, and I rep them cotton pickers, man, hard-working people who never gave up or gave in. Our ancestors.
Cotton in the building. That's him. He's solid. Right on.
Free them all. Yes, bro.
Free them all. So the comrade, I believe we got Field Marshal Torah in the building also. And you feel free to, you know what I'm saying, jump in. You want to jump in, you might, you know what I'm saying? Any questions, you know what I'm saying? You like, I would hold the force. I'm just flashing a lot of just the cast in general. And even the struggles I had, I wanted to make, you know what I'm saying, principle. Actually, our co-host, Robert Allen, she in the cast included.
Yes,
yeah, y'all seen the.
Yeah, I'm Sergeant Jake Winter's great niece. I'm a crochet apparel artist here in Chicago. But I'm just here to kind of spread his have a genuine connection with the story, because I was getting people asking me about, who was your uncle? What did he start? What was the events in which he got killed? Really taken aback by it. It was
Can
just.
y'all hear?
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you loud.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, they are hungry and eager to learn about their history. I was telling Chairman Fred that I was always one out of one Black student in my class. Their culture, they knew exactly where their families originated from, and I didn't know any of that. So that kind of sparked me learning about my history, learning more about my uncle. Like, I knew of him and I knew bits and pieces of his story, but that kind of sparked me truly asking questions. And so, yeah, I'm just here to share.
Sparked his interest, not saying just because he's intelligent that he shouldn't be the Black Panther Party. I just want to know what sparked his interest to day-to-day, like, as a Black Panther.
Hold on, she's gonna come in. She's about to come and talk. Come on.
Tell niece to tell if you don't do it, tell her she'll do it for you.
Well, I know from what my grandmother tells me before she gets on here and kind of speak. I know that he had a true passion for just his community. Like, she will always tell me, or she has told me, that he had multiple scholarships and things to go off to college, but his true passion was, working within his community. I like to call it proximate justice. When we talk about proximate justice, that's helping the need in your community in the capacity in which you have, and so that's what I know. But she could come and speak more so to that. I know that he worked for the post office and things like that. But go ahead, Grandma.
Power to the people. How are
Power
you?
to the people.
Can you hear her?
Y'all can you hear him?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Grandma.
Okay, my brother was very dedicated. Morning, going over to feed the children breakfast. Also, I was very happy and felt very comfortable speaking with Chairman Fred, Mark. They would come to the house. It's just normal people. And this was beautiful, what he was doing. He took his money, his pay, and contributed. He believed in what he was doing, and I believed in him. So it was beautiful what he was doing.
Yes, indeed.
Beautiful.
And when you're involved in something, whether it's me or you or anyone, a movement that you believe in, you're going to always get negative feedback about it. But if you believe it in your heart, you're going to be successful with it. I'm very proud of him.
Yeah.
Very proud of him.
Right on. Poor, but the people before this been consistent. Even y'all know, before even the movie came out, you know what I'm saying. But even before this been consistent. Even y'all know, before even the movie came out, you know what I'm saying. But even this helps enhance the conversation. As of every December 4th, stop movement. 12 o'clock silent vigil, Chairman Fred, defense get tomorrow o'clock. Every January 17th, Deputy Minister Defense Bunchy Carter and the Deputy Minister of Education John Huggins. Every February 21st, Malcolm X. Every March 10th, Harriet Tubman.
Wow.
Every April 6th, Lil Bobby Hutton. Every May 13th, move the bomb. The bomb dropped. Government dropped the bomb on the Move family. Every June 20th, the legacy of Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Every July 17th, Larry Rosen, Chicago Branch Illinois Chapter Black Panther Party, assassination Chicago Police. Every August 21st. Field Marshal George Jackson, which we tied in with that of August 7th, young man child Jonathan Jackson. Every September 13th, misdemeanor. You know what I'm saying? Right. The politics, and the state can smell it. You know what I'm saying? It's like even Ministry of Peace, he said we must even politicize the gun. What makes our gun different than a pig's gun? The uniforms, the jackets, all that, the politics had to come with it. You know?
Yeah.
So that I ran down those dating quite some time. I'm still on Instagram.
That was good.
Yeah.
But honestly, I was
I was on mute when you got to April. I was trying to say little Bobby Hutton.
Oh yes indeed, yes indeed. And you know, this impacted cats. Am I still on Instagram? Nope. Okay,
it turned off. Well, not yet.
Yeah.
It might have cut it out.
My battery will be too low.
You'll be able to comment in a few minutes.
Y'all forgive me. Y'all know
Mm-mm. We love you.
No, you good. You trying to figure out how to do it?
I think my battery is too low to go. What's all now? It's a whole nother thing.
Let me see.
Another different thing.
Let me see.
Give it to Jeff.
I think my batteries were too low to keep on. Is it?
No, there you go.
Okay.
What should we? There you go. You back.
Watch out now.
You back. You back.
That's
No, but I was saying when you was naming off the dates. The thing is, like I told you when we met at the house, I was saying how, I'm so grateful that you kept my uncle's legacy alive, even frustrated with my family, because I think a lot of times in the Black household, they say keep everything in the family and keep everything in the house. But when it comes to things as far as legacy in the history of those that have passed on, I think that there's a motivation there. There's a push to, and that there's not how can I say, there's no room for excuses to be as great as you can be. You know what I'm saying? There is an example of what has been done, and now we can be better than our ancestors or our elders that have passed on. You know what I'm saying? So I thank you, because that was unknown to me till recently when I had the conversation with you. So
let me put it on into it and say some things too. Let me say this too. Asada Shakur, who's in political exile now, she has said something to the fact that a lot of people say thank you for what you done. It's a reciprocal relationship. Spurs and Jake won his
legacy. Everybody.
Their legacy also keeps me alive. It's a difference between living and existing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their legacy, what I'm saying? Deputy Minister, Deputy Minister Bunchy, our apprentice Bunchy Carter, Deputy Minister of Education John Huggins, Minister of Health Dr. Satu, Deborah Johnson, the list goes on and on. People who turn the communities into classrooms. We like to use the term not role models; they were real models. People who we can relate to, who have, come from situations, like them young cats. They say, man, first they had them different rappers, so I can relate to that. I tell people now.
Okay.
Also, Blood in My Eye, but check us out there, brother. First.
Okay.
Also, Blood in My Eye, but check us out there, brother. First. Okay. The writings from Field Marshal George Jackson, he's locked up. So stances, like when you really get a typewriter, they try to get a family to compromise, compromise. The individuals they give us, we cannot really relate. The majority of us can't relate to. If that's your cup of tea, so be it. But their legacy, and just I ran through Southside Chicago, those it kept, and I learned from brothers and sisters who stand around the garbage cans, burning the woods back in the day. I know you got to steal garbage cans no more. They would be around the corner, garbage can, drinking they libations, they drinks, whatever, and they talking about these. call people to this day, and that their legacy is so important. So I'm just really, I just, man, I George Jackson said, if it wasn't for the Black Panther Party, I don't know what would have happened to me. I really mean it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we had a standoff with some cats one time at our headquarters. We have these discos.
Yeah.
And I was, a lot of cats get the movement twisted. Think everybody just on some church and needed Tupac. It's a video. He going in. He got a blue jean overall thing. He going in, but he was going in really because the caliber cats. That's when the movement couldn't. It didn't fit with him. You know what I'm saying? The move they give you certain individuals like, no. I tell you, you think that like it's a lot of people came. So how was Jake? How you have a job? How you probably the touring in the school? He's the minister of health. You know what I'm saying? And I Sunday out at Cody. One time on the movie, I told some guys. He said, "Man, you talking about Chairman Larry?" He said, "Man, before you Chairman Larry, you say, Larry say we talking about." He said, "Man, you talking about Chairman Larry?" He said, "Black Panther Party." And one brother said was like, when I got D-Lo, he's like, I just can't understand all the power this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then like, and to hear about there was no hot running water in the Department of State, you know what I'm saying, of serving the people, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people have, but I tell you, we don't. Because I tell you, one sister told me, she said, you said you pulled me my brother. I can't compete with the finance them other cats bringing him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So timing is important also. You know what I'm saying? You want to jump in, Auntie? You want to jump in?
You can jump in on this topic?
I'm good.
Okay. So time is important, and we have to seize the time because we call it the pandemic.
Yeah.
Before it got to this stage, I was our community so we are so reactionary in our community. We can't even distinguish emasculate it. You know what I'm saying? From questions, someone, you know what I'm saying, sexuality. You know what I'm saying? We can't distinguish. We can't even distinguish emasculate it. You know what I'm saying? From questions, someone, you know, your life, however he feels. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you playing. I don't know why black people why we even have calendars. Because really we shooting the dice if we're gonna be here tomorrow or not. You know what I'm saying? Someone else is having power over our life.
Yeah.
You can be you can be rolling all type of money.
Are you talking about Mayor Daley's father?
The junior.
Yeah. He just
probably most likely the father too, but also
was
the boss. And I was just talking about the other day, but the book, Mike Rourke wrote that book, The Boss.
Wow.
But his son, Mayor Daley, he worked on his payroll, he got less money than the audience, but hell, the power. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time they asked Mayor Daley singing in the elevator one time, say, don't show the nepotism, the patronage, in other words, the family connection, say, your family gets all these countries. Like yeah. What about it? The power, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people generations grew up thinking the sun being the daytime, the moon at night, and Mayor Daley's the mayor. That's how it's supposed to go. For generations, that people go to the voting polls and just say, okay, vote for the judge with the Irish last name. You know what I'm saying? This the power impact minds and hearts, and you know what I'm saying? Politics is food, clothing, and shelter. How you view that's the basic dynamics of it. How you view it, how you relate to it. You know what I'm saying? How you, you know, the definitions of beauty, all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that impact. You know what I'm saying? You had generations that aspired to be them. You know what I'm saying? The military aspects of the gun,
Yeah.
not to negate the gun,
Mhm.
but the politics. It was a Chairman Fred said the best dressed brother. Fred said the best dressed brother was one a leather jacket in the 45.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How we view this struggle, how we view, you know, what was our priority? I tell people, I say, look, you know, trivial who this person is, and you like this person. You know what I'm saying? Camaraderie. We're going to serve the breakfast program. You know what I'm saying? Serving the people, not about who food, who. You know,
Yeah.
could you imagine Nazi Germany and gas? They sweating. What the fuck? You the Black Panther Party. No, we live in America. I'm making history, taking history. Give me a heads up. We got Field Marshal tour the building, but this letter in the heart. I want y'all to listen closely. Listen real closely. Since the camera do you got Field Marshal tour online?
Grandma, yes. Let me not check them on the.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, we'll take this call right. We'll take this call right now. Though. Okay, welcome. For the record, y'all, we are honored. Our aunt Spurgeon with his sister and his niece Chelsea, and we honorary giving we on behalf of the Black Panther Party Cubs honorary.
Yeah, I'm enjoying. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it's done.
Come on now.
Yeah,
We have a branch. Hold on.
yeah.
We'd be remiss. And that this how long? Mark X. Make sure y'all remember this name, y'all. This is let me tag team when we with his brother. What year was this? This was 19. And our coordinator Chewy. Dog. I mean, we went down at the show, the area down there. We have a branch of the Black Panther Party Cubs out in New Orleans, Louisiana. His brother just called in. He's talking about Mark X. 9th January.
Black.
Y'all meet
Okay, we going to have. Matter of fact, I mean, we were meeting every week, but it is down to every 2 weeks now. Now, I'm working on. I'm working on themselves.
Okay.
Because I'm working on that.
Hold on, what's it called? 4773785. I'm glad this conversation is happening. I want to say for the record, yo, this oh, I lost my Instagram. How do black people supposed to deal with the Sacramento? He said,